Hello everyone, back tuning into today's first video, doing weekend broadcast for today's first video. As always on a Saturday, going to be having a detailed look at weather for the weekend across the British Isles. So we've had this very hot weather through the first half of September, in one of the warmest first half of September on record, if not the warmest, in some parts of the country. We've gone into a cooler air mass now. I have the thunderstorms, of course, late Thursday and through Friday, and that's left us in a cooler, fresher feel for Saturday. And the week ahead, we're going to be seeing temperatures staying around average, so we're not going to be seeing a return to that excessive heat and humidity that we had last week. Actually, quite a nice week coming up, typical September weather with plenty of dry weather, but there will be spells of rain coming through occasionally, always mostly affecting the north and the west, but some of that will get down into the south and the east at times. But quite a bit of dry weather, temperatures close to average, just a nice September week, and certainly a quieter week coming up than the week just gone. It's calm after the storm, I think, this week. So I'll get on with the detail in a second. I'm going to get on with that just to say about the ads. There's links to articles on all the pages. Have a browse widgets, click through the links. If there's any articles that you're interested in, you'll be helping us to pay for the website. Thanks very much to doing that. There's also video ads, post pages, which own content. When you watch very close, back up again, it does help to pay for GazWeatherVids.com. The websites we're using for the weekend broadcast are coming from theweatheroutlook.com and weathercentral.de. You can find a link to both websites on the links page. Just say later on this evening, we'll have the CFS 6 months look ahead which takes us from October through to March next year, just for fun, but we'll be seeing what the CFS model is showing for the next 6 months. I'll talk about that a bit at the end of the video. So here we go with the radar picture from Weather Outlook. A lot of dry weather around, although we have got a fair amount of cloud in the southeast. It is producing a little bit of patchy rain. Most of it is light and inconsequential, but a few heavier bursts are around these East Anglian coasts. Otherwise, lots and lots of dry weather today. We've got a ridge of high pressure through the country today, extending in off the Atlantic, within a cooler air mass, so it's much fresher across the country. And there's the little weather system down in the southeast, just producing that cloud and a few showery bursts of rain. So it's in the southeast that we've got the worst of the cloud today, with wind from the northeast, a few showery bits and pieces coming and going. It feels quite chilly down the east coast. The bulk of the country, though, has light winds and sunny spells coming through, and temperatures will be between around, say, 15 to 20, something like that, so close to average for the middle part of September. Because it's been so very hot and humid, it does feel quite cold. It's just because we're not used to sort of mid-September temperatures, but they aren't excessively cool by any means. They are close to average across most parts of the country today. Tonight, I think we'll see any showery bits and pieces of rain dying back to the east coast, then pretty much dying out by morning. We're going to have a dry night with some cloud across the southeast, otherwise a lot of clear spells coming through under this ridge of high pressure. By the end of the night, a weather system could be bringing some outbreaks of rain into the Outer Hebrides, but I think the bulk of the country will stay dry tonight. Quite cool tonight. Again, nothing excessive for a mid-September night, but temperatures around 5 to 10 will feel colder than we've been used to. They do hold up a little bit better across East Anglia and South East England. We have more of a breeze and some cloud coming through there, so temperatures perhaps there holding up around 13 degrees, but most places have a cooler night than we've been used to, and we're also going to get some mist and fog patches in rural places as well, and one or two of those could be quite dense by morning. So Sunday starts off on quite an autumnal feeling note. There'll be good sunny spells, but also mist and fog patches and quite heavy dew on the grass, so it will feel like an autumn morning rather than a midsummer morning as we've been used to. A lot of dry weather for Sunday again, although the weather system will bring cloud and outbreaks of rain into west later on. So after a dry morning, I think we'll find Scotland, probably Northern Ireland, maybe Irish Sea coast turning cloudy and damp on sunny afternoon with outbreaks of rain moving in from the Atlantic. Otherwise, lots of dry and fine weather with sunny spells and variable cloud amounts down in the south and the east. There is that chilly start, but temperatures will eventually get up to around the seasonal average of, let's say, 15 to 21. 21 is 70 in Fahrenheit. That system will come down across the country as a weakening feature on sunny night. So Monday looks like this. Again, a ridge through the country, but there is a weather system, a very weak one, that's across England and Wales. So I think we'll have quite a lot of cloud to start off with on Monday. Bits and pieces of light rain and drizzle coming and going across England and Wales. That will soon fizzle out, and then sunny spells will break through during the course of Monday afternoon. Temperatures, again, somewhere around 15 to 20, not far from the mid-September average. Get through to Tuesday, and again, the ridge is still through the country, so lots of dry weather. It'll be quite a cold start on Tuesday morning, again, some mist and fog patches in places as well, and just quite a chilly autumnal feel. But there will be sunny spells coming through, and that's going to lift the temperatures back to average. By the end of the day, we should be up to around 15 to 21, something like that. Wednesday's a little bit more unsettled. We've got an area of low pressure out to west of us, and it is pushing a weather front into the UK. So after a dry start, I think we'll find cloud and outbreaks of rain spreading into the north and west, again particularly affecting Scotland, Northern Ireland, perhaps northwest England, Wales, maybe southwest England too by the end of Wednesday. Central East areas largely dry with sunny spells in the morning, giving way to more and more cloud probably on Wednesday afternoon. Quite cold again to start off with on Wednesday morning. Not talking about ground frost, but certainly a chilly feel with mist and fog again in rural locations and quite heavy dew on the grass. Temperature maybe a little bit down as well on Wednesday, somewhere between, let's say, 14 and 19 degrees. A shallow trough is across the country on Thursday, so that could produce showers. I think they're most likely in the north, through central parts of the country. The south probably tend to have fewer showers, mostly dry weather there with sunny spells. Temperatures probably around 12 to 18, so it is a bit cooler on Thursday, and that takes us through into Friday as well. A ridge of high pressure started to build back up from the Azores on Friday, but still within quite cool air, so I expect quite a chilly start on Friday morning with a few mist and fog patches around. Good sunny spells come through, however. Temperatures will be cool, though, at around 12 to 18 Celsius. By the end of the day, probably starting to turn wet and windy across western Scotland and Northern Ireland. That takes us into next weekend. There's a lot of chopping and changing going on for next weekend. The latest idea from the GFS is generally to keep dry weather persisting across England and Wales with temperatures close to average. Scotland and Northern Ireland could have cloud and outbreaks of rain at times, perhaps particularly evident on Saturday, with a drier day coming through on Sunday. Again, temperatures not really deviating all that far from where you would expect them to be at that point in September. No sign of a return to the heat and humidity of the last few days. Finally, have a look at the charts from the weather outlook. So his situation today, lots of dry weather, a few showers in the southeast. Temperatures have returned to normal. We go through to Sunday, and again, plenty of dry weather, although cloud and rain will push into the north and west later on in the day. England and Wales has dry weather with sunny spells. Temperatures about average. Monday looks quite a cloudy day, especially in the morning. A few brighter spells will come through in the afternoon. Could be some patchy rain around in the morning, but most of that should fizzle out by the end of Monday. Tuesday also looking mostly dry. Rain into the north and west on Wednesday, but south and east has a fair amount of dry weather. Then sunny spells and showers really for Thursday. One or two of those could be quite heavy, and then get through into Friday. This is showing showers in the south. I'm not sure about that. I think Friday should be a mostly dry day. Those temperatures looking about average, really from start to finish. A little bit cooler at times at night. So in summary, it's a much quieter week coming up this week. After all the heat and thunderstorms of the last few days, we've got a much quieter spell of weather coming up. Traditional September weather with a fair amount of dry and fine conditions. Some rain coming through at times. Temperatures close to average, so very pleasant temperatures. Little bit cool perhaps at times by night. That's all for now then. Thanks for watching. Come back later on for the CFS 6 months look ahead, which will be on the homepage. I think it'll be around 5-6 o'clock, something like that. Come back for that. It's going to be taking us from October to March next year. It's just for fun, but there are some very, very interesting charts in there, and I'll say no more until tonight. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.